What's going on, guys? Zephonix here. It's been a while now, not a long time, but long enough. I've been on vacation actually. I've been on vacation for about since Thursday evening. So we left Thursday evening, went up to Georgia, had a really great time, and then after that we traveled back up about a 6-hour drive, both here and back and whatever. So it was definitely good. I'll talk about it some other time. So here's the thing. I was checking my feeds, found out that Iwata had passed. So definitely, God rest his soul. And a lot of you who have been watching my videos for a while now, have been following me, I take death extremely serious. I really do. I take it extremely serious. This is something that, I don't really like to play around too much with. Not even on a joking matter or anything like that. But I do want to talk about one thing, and that is, what does that mean for Nintendo? Now, basically it's like this. When it comes down to it, Nintendo needs to choose a successor. Now, they can do it two ways. They can either just choose a successor and get it over with, or they can go ahead and choose a temporary successor, whoever is kind of quote-unquote next in line, and then choose, just choose him as a head, or choose him as a temporary head until the next successor has been chosen by whichever means they do it with. So basically, when it comes down to it, it's going down to be two people pretty much, and that's Fizeme or Miyamoto. Now, when it comes down to it, I'm hoping that Fizeme will actually be here. And the reason why is because Fizeme is considered a new head, pretty much. He's considered a new guard, if you will. Now, basically, where Miyamoto is considered old guard. Now, basically what that means is that Fizeme might be opened up to new ideas and new probabilities and things of that nature, while Fizeme, that's what Fizeme will be, while Miyamoto, on the other hand, won't be about that. Miyamoto will be about pretty much, doing the same things pretty much Iwata did. So that's a big step right there. And there's nothing against Miyamoto. Anything should take way of form. Don't get that twisted. But it will be what it is, And in the end, Miyamoto will go ahead and keep everything going pretty much the status quo. And that's not what you want. You don't want things going status quo. You need things to go ahead. We need to change up the game, basically. Continuing going on and doing the exact same things that Nintendo has been doing for a while now is not going to help Nintendo in the long run or the short run. So, I'm hoping that Fizeme will in fact be the leader of Nintendo. I mean, it is what it is. Nintendo, even with, because a lot of you don't know this, but I'll tell you right now. Basically, when it works out, basically is that Nintendo of America has to run everything that they do through Nintendo of Japan, and because of that, they don't get to do a lot of things that they want to do. And even if they do, a lot of times is they'll get like, they're not up to quote with the up to the status quo, I guess, when it comes down to information. That's probably not the right word, but basically when it comes down to it, Nintendo doesn't have like 100% information. You can definitely tell this because if you guys remember, Fizeme was saying how Nintendo wanted to get back to its roots and how Nintendo wanted to get the hardcore gamers back, and that's what that's the vision that he had, that he saw based on the information that he was given. But the problem is that that's not what happened. It actually turned out to be something a lot more, it turned out to be Wii U. So this could change the NX. The NX could go ahead first and foremost and change dramatically, which I will be doing a video on the NX in a couple of days. So that is something that we need to go ahead and really remember, that the NX itself could go ahead and take a drastic change for the better. At this point, there's pretty much, I'm hoping that it will be a quote-unquote next generation system, even though I know next generation is measured by time, not by power, but you already know what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, basically, and once again, I hate to say it like this, but God rest his soul, but when it comes down to it, this will definitely be, at this point, I think that this would definitely be good for Nintendo. I think Nintendo can go ahead and can change things around now that Iwata's no longer in charge. And I'm not sure if you can see my face, but I feel like a shit dog saying stuff like that. But I'm trying to speak on a business sense, let you guys know when it comes down to business, this is pretty much how it's going to be. So definitely, Nintendo could go ahead and make a big comeback. The only how that Nintendo could make a comeback if Fizeme will be in charge. That's the only way that Nintendo will make this particular comeback. Well, at least at the foreseeable future. Because keep in mind, they can go ahead and say, okay, well, this guy who we have no idea who he is could now be in charge. And we have no idea who he is. So I'm speaking about the guards who I know for a fact, could be considered for the next heads of Nintendo. Now, they'll basically, when it comes down to being chosen who's the head of Nintendo, it depends on, once again, on Nintendo. Now, the logical person to be next head of Nintendo would be Fils-Aimé. But at the same time, if Nintendo says, well, I want to go ahead and keep things, if I want to go ahead and keep things, you know, under the status quo of Japan, everything locked down in Japan, well, then that means that, that means Miyamoto is going to be left in charge. And like I said before, Miyamoto is pretty much going to do nothing but keep everything going exactly the way it's going to go. And that is not a good thing. So, like I said before, those are pretty much the things that we are going to find out what we're going to do very soon. So, here's hoping, you know what I mean? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to be in charge? Matter of fact, tell me two things. Number one, who do you think is going to be in charge? And who do you want to be in charge? You guys have a good night. Zafanix out.